Yo, what is good, family? Welcome to the third Charlie's Talk in English. Today, we're gonna tap into a very deep topic, which is the importance of thoughts. A lot of people in real life ask me, Charlie, why you are able to focus more on positive thoughts instead of negative thoughts? And that's a good question, actually, all right, because now you see the importance of the thoughts. But some people don't see that, all right? A lot of people actually are just, you know, going with the flow without even caring about the thoughts that they are having. And it's very key to understand the weight that this has on the reality that you're living today. This is a very simple cycle, all right? We have thoughts. Those thoughts lead to ideas that then they lead to actions. And the actions give you a result, the reality that you're living today. So if we reverse engineer everything, everything comes from the thoughts. Now, in the beginning, where are the thoughts coming from? Your thoughts right now are coming from your environment. And that's why last week we spoke about the environment with that specificity, all right? We were very specific about the thoughts and the environment. Who do you hang around with? Who do you listen to? And what do you see? Now, let's talk about the thoughts more deeply. When you're having a negative thought, perhaps you are just falling into the negative spiral loop. Let's put a practical example. Let's say you're shopping some clothes and you see the price tag of something and you see this is expensive. I'm not able to buy this, for example. And that's a negative pattern because you think that you are not able to buy it because you cannot make more money, etc., etc. You fall into the negative loop and you get stressed, you get anxious, whatever, all right? First of all, is having a clear idea of what type of life you want to live. And I'm sure that if you're trading, if you're learning this skill set, you don't want to be in that situation. But the idea is not knowing I don't want to be here. The idea is having clear where you want to be. So one affirmation could be, I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm financially free. And every single time I achieve higher echelons on financial freedom, for example. Now, a lot of people just repeat those affirmations in multiple types of affirmations every single morning in front of the mirror, for example. All right, that's a very common habit that people in the entrepreneurship space they have. And that's good, all right? Obviously, it's better than nothing, but it's not the sweet spot where you have to be. And I'm going to tell you what's the sweet spot you have to be. You have to be able to not only repeat those affirmations in the morning in front of the mirror, but also to repeat those affirmations when those negative moments happen in your daily basis. Because it's useless for you to repeat this affirmation in the morning if then you allow those negative thoughts during the day on those situations. So first of all, you have to be able to change those thoughts from the negative to the positive when they kick in. Because let's put this analogy. All right, a lot of people they have a password on their phone, so no one can see what they have in the phone. All right, but most of people also don't have a password on their mind, on their brain. This means basically that you're allowing those situations that are not positive nor negative. All right, there are situations you allow those situations to be negative in your mind without even having a filter. So first of all, you have to have a filter. We remember the levels of competence. The first of all is I don't know what I don't know, which is, for example, you right now that never thought about this type of facts, and now you understand something that before you didn't know. Now you are on the I know that I don't know. Now you know that there is a lot of stuff that you have to learn, you have to understand, you have to study, and you have to become a master in, right? So you have to go from the I know that I don't know to the I know that I know, which is the first level of competence, all right? That's the conscious competence. And that's what you have to achieve right now with this type of situation, with this type of dynamic, which is having a negative situation in your daily basis where your mind is producing those negative patterns and you're about to fall into the spiral loop. But thanks to the conscious competence, now you detect those negative situations and you change the negative thought for the affirmation, for the positive affirmation that you have. For example, we are back on the example about shopping clothes. And now you see, all right, this is a price tag that I know that I cannot buy, da, da. And instead of falling there, you say, all right, I'm so happy and grateful that that I have financial freedom, and every single time I achieve higher echelons on financial freedom. And that's perfect because now you're changing the negative pattern into a positive one. And that's perfect. Obviously, now we have to develop the plan, we have to put the actions, the work, and the reality will change. But now you're not falling into that negative spiral loop, which is falling into the trap of your mind. And we're talking about the main thing, which is controlling your mind. If you cannot even control the feelings that your mind produces in your body, what else do you think you're going to control? So yeah, obviously we agree that you have to put the thousands of hours into the work. But if, first of all, you cannot even control your mind, how do you think that you're going to control the money that you will make? So we're not talking about, this is the only thing that works. No. This is the only thing that will build the correct foundation so then you can maintain the result and scale the result so you don't fall back again. This is the important part. Now, let's get out of the money example. Let's talk about health. Let's say you're overweight, all right? And you say, all right, I want to drop weight. The next time you want to buy a hamburger, all right, you have to think, all right, I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm in shape. And every single time I achieve higher echelons of health. For example, all right, then you will think twice on eating the burger or not, or ordering the ice cream or not, if you know that you are overweight and you want to drop weight, right? Because the thoughts create ideas, ideas, actions, actions, results. Now let's focus also on not only saying I don't want to be overweight. Say you want to be healthy. All right. Don't focus on the things that you don't want to have. Focus on the things that you want to have. All right. That's pretty much the main thing. So with that being said, I want to put a task. All right. This is a challenge. The task is now put the situations in your life that you don't like, that you don't agree with, and you want to change. Now, after having clear what you want to change, put affirmations that are in sync with that result that you want to have. Let's say financials, let's say health, let's say relationships, whatever that you want to change, have affirmations that are supportive to those results that you want to get. And now you have to become obsessed. How do you become obsessed? Well, Nightingale, what do you think about most of the time, you become. This is very key. This is the standard of everything. So instead of now constantly thinking about negative things, constantly think about positive things. If you have to be all day long with your notes on your phone, reading those positive affirmations, go ahead. That will change your thoughts. That will create ideas in your mind that will be supportive to the results that you want to have, and therefore you will change your reality. In this way, in the beginning, the environment created the thoughts. Now you are making your thoughts create your reality. So that's the way that you have to follow. I want to put you a challenge. Be 1 month without having a negative thought on some area that you want to improve. I did this. On the first 3 months of my entrepreneurship career, I did this. This is on the book, The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, from T. Harv Eker. And he had a challenge, and I took the challenge. It was 1 month without having one negative pattern. And I took it. At the end of the month, without having those patterns in my mind, I realized that the way I behaved in the world changed. So I want to put you that challenge also. Get the book if you wish. That will change the way you perform in your daily basis. With this being said, family, see you in the next Charly Talks. I hope you enjoyed, and see ya. Let's get it.